Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Naruto Explain here, bringing you guys some major breaking news. You see the title, you see the thumbnail, you already got an idea what this is. We have a second Boruto anime that is going to be coming. This is a follow-up to the hiatus video that I made last month, as well as a follow-up to the Boruto anime spoilers video that I gave you guys. And I said, like, hey, like the hiatus, that's something that's confirmed. I've been saying that for a month now. Well, we got information as to what the second Boruto anime is actually going to be. We also can shut down all that stuff like, oh, Boruto's anime got canceled. Like I said last month, that was not the case. We have this from a official source, multiple official sources at that, and we also have confirmation that there's going to be a short Naruto anime coming later on this year. So with all that being said, though, let's go ahead and look at the information that we have so we can start explaining some stuff that we have here. So first and foremost, over on the official Naruto website, we have the announcement that the Boruto Naruto Next Generations anime began in April of 2017. 6 years have passed since then, but episode 293 set to air on March 26th will mark the last episode for the first part of the series. But don't worry, the Naruto and Boruto saga is not over yet. Part 2 of the anime is already in the works. Plus, in celebration of Naruto's 20th anniversary, a brand new anime project is set to start. So that's what we have from over on the official website. Now, over on the official Naruto Twitter account, we have the announcement that production for the second part of the TV anime has already been decided, and we get a little bit further clarification on this Naruto anime, because when this was first announced, I thought that they were just going to be picking iconic episodes from the Naruto franchise and just airing those 4 episodes in updated art, kind of like how you saw with the 20th anniversary project with that big trailer. However, I think this might be a new anime. As of this recording, I haven't seen anything else further, but it is worth noting that we will be finding out next month who won that huge Naruto popularity poll, where the top 3 people that were in the votings were Minato, Itachi, and Sakura. The winner of that popularity poll was going to be getting a manga drawn by Naruto series creator Masashi Kishimoto. No idea if it's going to be a one-shot chapter, if it's going to be enough for an entire manga volume. However, now that we got these 4 episodes, I do think it's possible that we might see multiple chapters for the winner of that stuff, and it's possible that in July we might be seeing the anime adapt whatever chapters that Masashi Kishimoto draws, whether it be 1 or whether it be 4. I think that that is something that's on the table. Again, there's no concrete confirmation for this. Now, that's also going to be interesting, just given the fact that you're going to be seeing the man pull double duty here, because as we were told on another official source, the Boruto Naruto Next Generations TV anime began in March 2017 and was preceded by Boruto the movie in August 2015. The manga, originally written by Ukyo Kodachi with Masashi Kishimoto taking over in 2020 and illustrated by Mikio Ikimoto, began serialization in Weekly Shonen Jump in May 2016, then moving over to V-Jump in July 2019. Stay tuned for more details on the future of the Boruto anime series. I want to kind of throw that in there because I think it's interesting that you see the original series creator getting a little bit more involved. Again, we've already got confirmation before in the past that the guy was taking over the writing for the manga. You've seen it with some of the deranged kanji. Now you got him doing the serialization for the winner of this popularity poll. And right now you also have the manga racing towards a time skip. This is very interesting timing right here, because there's clearly a shift that is in the process of coming, and there's a little bit more information we have to look at that I haven't discussed yet. For the Boruto aspect of this, which we do have concrete information, we've seen multiple staff members. They've been tweeting. Some of them are talking about being grateful for the break. We've had Honda, one of the writers, if not the lead writer for the Boruto anime, tweet the same thing, saying that they're able to officially announce the fact that the anime is going on break. Like I said last month in a video I will leave in the end credits of this video, so you guys can check that out, where I'll go further in detail in that one. Essentially, Boruto's anime has had a nightmare schedule in terms of production. It's not the fact that it's a weekly anime. Even for a weekly anime, Boruto's anime has had a lot of production issues in terms of the production schedule, and that's the whole reason for the this hiatus. This is not a cancellation like how you have some people who jump the gun saying, my God, Boruto got canceled. That's not what this is. What got leaked out and what I got told privately is that it was 3 months, but the staff was pushing for a full 6 months in order to get on break. And that's actually something that Kev Senpai, somebody who's actually come through very clutch with a lot of information in advance, Kev Senpai said the same thing, that the whole purpose of this is to give Hiro enough time to animate the rest of the code arc, because we're going to be stopping midway through the code arc, and to adapt the prophecy arc, which is the new arc that the manga is currently in. Now, I do think that the fact that we're going into a second Boruto anime, that does open up the door that Boruto's manga, we know that the manga was supposed to be going into a time skip soon, and we've seen how everything went from a slower pace to everything ramped up, like I've been saying for the last 2 years was going to be the case with the manga. Slow everything down, and then after everything's set up, things will speed up for a bit. It definitely feels like we're rushing towards a time skip, and I do think that they're making the right move here, because as I told my guy Soran over on Twitter, what's going on with Boruto's anime right now really reminds me of what happened with the Fairy Tail anime. While I wasn't watching Fairy Tail at the time, I was at least aware of what was going on with the series, because it was one of the biggest shonen anime at the time, so you couldn't fully escape it. Fairy Tail's first anime stopped midway through the Grand Magic Games arc, a big tournament arc in that manga. It stopped midway through it. The anime took a year and some change off, and then the anime came back and they adapted the rest of that stuff, and they went on for a full 90 episodes covering the rest of that arc, and then the arc that follows up, and then the anime went on another hiatus. And I said that I kind of think Boruto might do something like this, and just based off of this wording, it makes sense, because you're not going to come back with a second Boruto anime and not have that time skip already lined up, especially given the fact that right now in the manga, it feels like we're rushing towards a time skip. And if that ends up being the case, that gives you a lot of room for some original content to kind of pad things out, to move right into that time skip era where we actually see some of the stuff that takes place during that time period. And it's not like what you saw in Naruto Shippuden, where you got random episodes later on in the series. We might be able to actually see that time skip in real time. And I think that that might be smarter, because I know for me, as somebody that read Naruto's manga, it was a little jarring when you go from, I think, chapter 237 to chapter 238, and there's a 3-month time skip, and then at the end of chapter 238 you get another time skip where Naruto's leaving. You get the Kakashi guidance stuff where Obito gives him the Sharingan, and then bam, Naruto returns back to the village, and you find out that Naruto is getting ready to turn 16 years old, because it's been 2.5 years since he left to go train with Jiraiya. So I do think they're making the right move here, and I want to kind of close this out by saying this isn't like Black Clover. Like I said in the anime episode spoilers video that dropped a couple days ago, I said that with Black Clover, when it ended, it had the designation of final in the magazine stuff. This was always going to be a hiatus strictly to fix the production schedule, because the animators have been rushed for quite a while for Boruto. And when you get past the arc, I think a lot of people, they get caught up on how pretty something looks in terms of the art. Does it match the character models? Does it have a lot of compositing? Does it have like the sparkling effects? When you look at Boruto's anime throughout this 293 episodes, there are a solid 30 episodes where I will put them up against a lot of the seasonal anime that are out there. When you look at it from an animation aspect, Boruto has a lot of Sakuga cuts in a lot of episodes that are very well put together, but because you've had the production schedule, you haven't seen it consistently, and I think that that's a big problem right there. From a scale to 1 to 10, I give Boruto's anime a 5, and some of that just comes down to the fact that the animators don't have a lot of time, which leads to stupid memes like Goblin Ear Naruto, even though, like, if you look at this Shikamaru scene I'm showing you now, you actually see Goblin Ear Shikamaru, because that's part of the art style of that particular animator and his students. But this isn't because it's a training ground for brand new animators and everything, because if you say that about Boruto, you really need to kind of go back and look at Naruto Shippuden, because Naruto Shippuden did the exact same thing. It was a training ground for new animators. It was bringing people along to work on stuff, with some of your favorite fights being done by people that were brand new animators at the time being trained up. We got outsourced studios like Studio Bus that have worked on Demon Slayer and Jujutsu Kaisen, and they've worked on Spy Family, but you can't necessarily tell because of the production schedule, because when episodes get outsourced, the outsourced studio typically has less time than Studio Pierrot has. So this is something where the production committee looks like they've actually given the animators a little bit of time to actually recover, and they're going to try and fix the production schedule itself, and that's something that's absolutely needed at this point. Because despite what some clout chasers will tell you on various social media platforms, it's not about the talent of the people that are working on Boruto, because as I just said, you have talented animators who are working on it. It comes down to how much time do they have to work on the episodes themselves, and how much time is there for second key animation to keep as much of the original layout work as possible, where it's not just overly simplified because the person that's doing the corrections doesn't have enough time to keep as much of the original layout work as what was given to them. That's why if you follow some of the animators on Twitter or various platforms, every now and then you'll see the original layout work, and then you see the cut in the episode, and you see a lot of changes. For me, I think best case scenario is that we get a 6-month hiatus, and then you start the production on the next anime. But it looks like they've already got a plan in place for this. Now, I'll close out by saying this right here. I know there are some people that are upset that the anime is stopping midway through, and I would just push back and I would say this. Would you really want them to continue this code arc after the big battles? Because 291 is going to look really good just based off of some of the names that are attached to it. 292 is going to look amazing. That's an episode that has been in development for a while. And 293, as I said in the spoiler video, there are people that are attached to anime that are already comparing this to episode 218. So I mean, it's one of those things where, would you rather they continue that quality on a more consistent basis, or would you rather them continue working under the intense schedule that they're under right now? And then say you have Code versus a certain character, when Code gets his limiters taken off, would you rather the animation for that be botched because there was a short time period? Because that's basically what happened to Funato Clan arc. For every good episode like you see in the clip right now, you have episodes that completely fell apart. It's not about a lack of passion like some ill-informed people are saying. The staff that work on board, so they're very passionate. This is more so about the production schedule, hence the hiatus. So I'm all for this. I've been saying for a month now, I'm all for the break, but I'm curious to know how you guys feel about this. While you think that over, click here to watch the video where I go in depth on the Boruto anime hiatus.